Have you ever seen a child innocently admit something they weren't supposed to? What happened? I'm a pediatric dentist, and kids say the craziest stuff when they're coming out of anesthesia. Most of the time, it's hilarious nonsense about unicorns or how their tooth tastes like chicken nuggets. But one Tuesday morning changed everything for me. I had just finished pulling a loose baby tooth for this sweet 6-year-old named Harper. She was still pretty loopy from the numbing medicine, giggling and trying to touch her numb lip with her tongue. Her mom was filling out paperwork in the waiting room while I cleaned up. That's when Harper started babbling about candy. Nothing unusual there. Kids always want to know when they can eat sweets again after dental work. You know what my uncle tells me when he gives me candy? She slurred, her words all wonky from the numbness. I smiled, expecting some silly family joke. No, sweetie. What does he say? He says it's only for special girls like me. She paused, trying to focus her droopy eyes on me. But I can't tell Mommy about our candy game. It's our secret. My hands froze while I was putting away the dental tools. Something in my stomach dropped hard. Harper, where do you and your uncle play this candy game? I asked, trying to keep my voice normal. In the garage when Mommy's at work. He says all special girls get candy if they're really good and don't tell anyone. She giggled again, completely unaware of what she was revealing. I felt sick. 20 years of treating kids, and you develop instincts about these things. This wasn't innocent. Does your uncle visit a lot? I asked gently. Harper nodded enthusiastically. He lives with us now. Mommy says he helps pay for our house so he can stay forever and ever. My heart was pounding. I finished cleaning Harper's mouth and walked her back to her mom in the waiting room. Acting as normal as possible, I gave them the usual after-hour instructions about soft foods and gentle brushing. The moment they left, I locked my office door and called the state child abuse hotline. I'd never had to make that call before, but I knew I had to. The social worker I spoke with took detailed notes about everything Harper had said. She explained they would need to interview Harper properly with trained specialists who know how to talk to kids about these situations. Within 2 days, Harper was brought in for a forensic interview at the Children's Advocacy Center. These people are experts at getting kids to open up safely about abuse without leading them or traumatizing them further. The investigation moved fast after that. Turns out Harper's uncle had been molesting her for over a year, always when her mom was at her job at the grocery store. He threatened Harper that if she told anyone, her mom would lose the house and they'd be homeless. The worst part, Harper's mom knew something was wrong but chose to ignore it. She needed her brother's help with rent money after her divorce, and she convinced herself that Harper was just being dramatic when she tried to hint about the games. Harper's uncle was arrested within a week. During his interrogation, he confessed to everything. The sick bastard had been grooming her since she was 5 years old. Harper's mom lost custody immediately. She actually fought it in court, claiming Harper was lying and that I had coached her somehow. Can you believe that? Choosing her brother and rent money over protecting her own daughter. Harper went to live with her grandparents on her dad's side. I found out later that these grandparents had been trying to get visitation rights for months, but Harper's mom had blocked them completely. They suspected something was wrong but couldn't prove it. 6 months later, Harper came back to my office for a regular cleaning. She was like a completely different kid, chatty, confident, laughing at my terrible dentist jokes. Her grandmother told me Harper was doing great in therapy and finally sleeping through the night again. Dr. Anna, remember when you fixed my tooth and I was all silly? Harper asked me while I cleaned her teeth. I sure do, sweetheart. Grandma says, you're the reason I'm safe now. Thank you for listening to me. I had to excuse myself to the bathroom for a minute after that. Harper's uncle got 15 years in prison. Her mom never got custody back and isn't allowed unsupervised visits. I still practice dentistry, but now I also volunteer at the Children's Advocacy Center twice a month.